Okay friends, welcome back. Okay, in the last tutorial we worked with numbers for the first time, adding numbers together, subtracting numbers, division, multiplication, etc. What I want to do in this tutorial is introduce you to the increment operator. So let's say hypothetically we have a friend, right? So you want to store their variable, we want to store their age in a variable, we'll call it age. So we'll say let age is equal to, and we'll say 29. We'll just assume we're friends with Bruce Wayne, even though Bruce Wayne is more like 40. But assuming he's 29 years of age, right? So now we have this variable called age. And we want to just log out to the console. Let's say like, happy birthday, Bruce. You are, and then we'll just put in the age variable here. So what we should see logged out to the console is happy birthday, Bruce. You are 29. So let me just refresh. And we see that here. Happy birthday, Bruce. You are 29. Okay, that is awesome. Right now, let's assume that next year it's Bruce's birthday and we want to increase the age variable. And you will want to increase variables and, increment them up. So what we could do is we could just say age is equal to age plus 1, okay? Right? So remember, we want to write code that is reusable. So the problem with writing, let's say, age is now equal to 30 is then next year I'd have to say age is equal to 31 and then age is equal to 32. And it's best that we can write our code in a more reusable way. So what you could do is say age is equal to age plus 1, right? So what I've done here is, remember, we've already declared the variable age here. That's where we use the let keyword, right? So you don't need to reinitialize the variable later on. You're able to create and initialize a variable with a value for the first time. So age is basically initialized or created as a variable for the first time in this line of code and assigned a value of 29, the number, right? And here what we're doing is we're just saying that age is equal to age plus 1. So I'm not using the let keyword. The age variable has already been declared or defined. So what we're saying is we're saying let age be equal to itself, i.e. 29, and then add 1 to it. So that should give us a value of 30, right? And that's because age already has a value of 29. So we're saying age is equal to itself, i.e. 29 plus 1. So we should see now that age now has a value of 30. To prove that to you, if I just log out to the console, great party again this year, Bruce. You are now, and we're going to log out that age variable. Right, we're going to see 30, aren't we? We're going to see 30. So let me just save and refresh and show that to you. So this year, because we get invited every year, we're good friends with Bruce, we say, great party again this year, Bruce. You are now 30, right? Now, assuming we get invited again the following year and Bruce is now 31, what we could do is we could say age is equal to age plus 1 again. But there's another way you can actually do this, and that's using the increment operator. And the increment operator allows you to add 1 to a variable, in this case a number, right? So all you need to do is just say plus plus. So the increment operator is basically used by typing out plus plus. So what I can do is just write age plus plus, semicolon to end our statement. And this piece of code here actually does the same as this piece of code. So instead of saying age is now equal to itself plus 1, you can just take the variable and use the increment operator. So we're saying age plus plus, right? We're adding 1 to it. So now what's going to happen is, up here we saw age at a value of 30. So if you use the increment operator on a variable with a value of 30, well, 30 plus plus, that's going to give you a value of 31. And to prove this to you, I'll just say console.log happy 31st B-Day, Bruce. And let's log out the variable of age. And this should now be 31, okay? Just to prove that to you, if I save and refresh, we now see 31. Okay, awesome. So guys, that is the increment operator in JavaScript, the increment operator, and it is denoted by the plus plus. And it is very useful later on in this course and working with JavaScript when you start working with loops, okay? So that's the increment operator, very powerful. I'll see you in the next tutorial where we'll do the opposite. We'll use the decrement operator using minus minus. So I'll see you in the next tutorial for that one.